Go.
Hey, g'day guys. My name's Paul van der Straten. I'm a personal trainer in Sydney on the Northern Beaches, and I'm a husband to my beautiful wife Laura, and I've got two awesome little boys, Jai and Jarvi. Thank you for getting on the call today. We're going to be sharing with you what Juice Plus is, our brand of whole food nutrition, and you're going to be hearing from some other personal trainers in New South Wales, in Sydney, and also in New Zealand about the difference Juice Plus has made for them, not just from a health point, but how they're able to leverage another income into their personal training business. And to be real honest with you, what I've found for myself is take you to a new level, a higher level as a fitness consultant, because we're working with a company that has a product that is proven by a mountain of independent clinical research to make amazing differences to your health and to your clients' health and everyone that you know and care about. So we'll jump straight into it. I'm going to kick off and pass over to Ruthie, who's in New Zealand. She's an awesome trainer in New Zealand, and she's going to be sharing with us what Juice Plus is. So Ruthie, I'll hand over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul. All right. Hi, guys. I'm a personal trainer here in Queenstown in New Zealand. And I've been working with the Juice Plus products for coming up to 2 years now. And what attracted me to them was I'd never heard of them before it crossed my path. It was introduced to me by a personal trainer from Victoria who was out here on a skiing holiday. But I was actually searching for something to help my clients at that nutritional level. And I didn't know what it was. At one stage, I thought it was, further study in nutrition. Because every single food diary I looked at, my clients just were not consuming enough fruits and vegetables, and as a result, they weren't getting the results that they wanted because of busy lives and just not having that time to put into their diet. So when Juice Plus crossed my path, it was a no-brainer. Firstly, for me. Because I had supplemented my diet for many years with synthetic vitamins and minerals, and I had no idea there was anything from whole foods, from fruits and vegetables, completely natural, out there on the market. So I just wanted to get myself on it straight away and as a result, use it in my business. So what I'm going to do today is just briefly go through what the products are, and I love the fact that this company just has a very small product range. It's micronutrition and macronutrition. We have our micronutrition range, which is our capsules. It's our fruit, which is the red one, our vegetable, which is the green one, and our berries, which is the purple one. So these are fruits, vegetables, and berries which are juiced up. Every bit of the fruit and vegetables, so it's the core of the pineapple, the skin of the apple, the stem of the broccoli, where a lot of those nutrients are in our produce. The company have their own farms, and the farms are in areas where the soil is nutrient rich. A lot of them are in the San Andreas Fault, where the topsoil goes 8 meters deep, and they're third generation farms, so it means that the company knows exactly what's been grown in these farms back 3 generations. So they juice them up because they have their own farms which grow produce specifically for Juice Plus. They're able to pick the produce when it's at its ripest, so when it's at its maximum in terms of nutrition. And they juice it up immediately. They put it through a proprietary process where they extract the water and the sugar and turn it into a concentrated powder. And what we get, and they put it into a capsule which is completely vegan. So you'll see the capsule here, and I had this excellent, my husband bought me this little lens for my iPhone the other day, which allows you to zoom in really close, and I've got these awesome pictures of my capsules really, really close up to see all the amazing nutrition in them. But it's just all the goodness. Once the water and sugar is extracted from our fruits and vegetables, it's all the goodness in a concentrated powder form in a really easy to swallow capsule. What I love about these products is it's got a food label on the product, which is, when I found that out, it was like, wow, I just want to get myself on this, because it's not actually classified as a supplement or a vitamin. It's food. So it's about bridging a nutritional gap daily with a product that comes from food rather than a synthetic product. The thing that impressed me about this product too is the huge body of science. behind the product. There's more than 15 years of clinical research done on this product, and I think we're up to nearly 35 different studies, which is amazing. So you know that you're putting something into your body that is proven to work and to really change your health at that cellular level. So I take 2 of these every morning, 2 of the berries, 2 of the fruit, 2 of the veg, and I just know that no matter how my day goes, even though I try really hard each day to eat what I should be, I know no matter how my day goes that I've gotten in my 30 plus varieties of fruits, vegetables and berries every day, and I'm getting in that variety 365 days of the year regardless of the season, which is what I love. So that's our micronutrition range. We have our just before we go into the macronutrition, I want to show you the soft chewables range. Now these are the same ingredients that are in the capsules, but they're put into a soft chew. Now it's just like a little gummy, and these are for people who can't swallow the capsules or have problems swallowing capsules. They're also for children. So what I love about this company too is that they're a company with heart. They put millions and millions of dollars back into the health of our next generation and children around the world. So what the company does is they give this product away absolutely free for any child between the ages of 4 and 17 years of age, when an adult takes the product and sponsors that child, and that child can receive the product free for up to 4 years. And there's some amazing results coming back from that study around the world to show that children are drinking more water. Actually, their bodies are craving more fruits and vegetables, so they're trying more fruits and vegetables, getting better grades in school, lots and lots of awesome benefits. So I absolutely love that program. And then lastly, we have our macronutrition range. So these are our complete sachets or smoothie sachets. These are 100% vegan, plant-based protein powder. They come in 2 awesome flavours. There's French vanilla and Dutch chocolate. These have got 40 different plant ingredients in them, and they are really, really delicious. So what I do is I will throw these into a smoothie that I might have in the afternoon to get me through those hunger pains in the afternoon before dinner. I will sometimes have it as a breakfast on the go if I'm in a rush. I'll make a smoothie up and throw these into it. It just boosts up the nutrient density of the smoothie. Just beautiful ingredients in it. It's got ancient grains, it's got fruits and vegetables in it as well, and it's a really clean protein to consume. It's one of the best protein powders I've ever come across in terms of it being completely natural, nothing nasty or synthetic in it. So these can be, I recommend them as a healthy snack rather than a meal replacement, but certainly if a client isn't eating properly or is skipping breakfast or reaching for an unhealthy choice for lunch because they haven't prepared their lunch, then these are amazing way to get a complete meal. So that's the product range. I might get, was it Paul? We were going to share your story in the product. I can't remember.
Throw it back at me, Ruthie.
What's
that?
Throw it
back at me.
Yeah.
Throw it over to me.
All right. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, look, Ruthie, I love that. That was awesome. I love your knowledge on the company and the product and how it was made. And it's what stood out to me is you're talking about farms, so I really related to that. And I like that. Please send through those photos that you're talking about. I'd love to see it and even share them. Look, I totally relate to what you were saying. I still am amongst my peers. They all think that I eat the healthiest, but I do fall short. I don't do 2 and 5 every day. So I really, really related to your 365 days a year of getting proper nutrition in. So, and like you, mate, a PT showed it to me, and from a concept point, made absolute sense, and the science is still the deal for me. So, look, one word I picked up on there, Ruthie, was, recommend. You said you recommend it to your clients. And I have spoken with personal trainers in the past that I think sadly don't take on the responsibility of nutrition because they're not taught that in Cert 4 and they feel afraid. And the reality is we're just recommending a product that's backed by science. You don't need to know the ins and outs of nutrition. You just got to know fruits and vegetables should be ruling the human's diet, and you've got the science to support that. But what I will do is I think maybe I'll throw it over to Oriana. I'd love you to share. Oriana's another Kiwi, but living in Australia, because Australia is a great place to be. So a sad loss for New Zealand, but a warm welcome for Australia to have Oriana. Please share with us, Oriana, I guess your product story, how you heard about Juice Plus, what made sense to you, why you use it, and why do you share it with other people?
Sure.
It'd be great to hear.
Cool. So hi guys, my name's Oriana. Thanks Paul and Ruthie. So yeah, I heard about Juice Plus 13 years ago from an athlete actually. His name's Stephen Coulter. So he's a surf Ironman here in Sydney. I initially, I just love the concept of what it is. It's fruit, vegetables and berries in a capsule. Back then we didn't have the berries, but fruit and vegetables in a capsule, made from natural ingredients, 100% plant-based. For me, I was using back then, personally, I was using like a multivitamin because I knew that I wasn't getting enough nutrients in my diet back then, and I worked a lot more. I did a lot more personal training back then, so I was, quite fatigued. Early mornings, split shift into the evening. So I used to kind of have afternoon naps and all that sort of stuff. So I just kind of knew that I needed to back up with something for my energy. So Juice Plus, I fell in love with it straight away and started using it for myself. I have 3 children. The eldest one, he was really fussy with his variety, so he wasn't getting enough variety, especially when it came to his vegetable intake. And I just love that the company actually provides nutrition for children complimentary. So I registered for that as a parent sponsoring my child. It's called the Children's House Study Program, and haven't looked back. And it's about 13 years now. I consume Juice Plus. So that's personally, it just made really sense to look at it from a recommendation perspective, as Ruth has shared that she recommends it to her clients, family and friends. It made a lot of sense to align the product and the company Juice Plus with my business as a healthcare professional. And I love that it's not difficult. It's not difficult to recommend eating more plants. It's not difficult to be able to remember the fruit and vegetables that are provided in the ingredients. I like that I can turn the list and look at the list and see that it's got the word apple, orange, pineapple, pawpaw, peaches, cranberries. That just makes sense. So it's easy to share. It's easy to be able to, just explain it, which is great. But then you've got the credentials of the science behind it as well. Not that that was really important to me when I first got involved with the company. I was really I love the fact that it was simple. But as I've evolved over time and been in the company for about the same amount of time, 12 years or so, I appreciate that there's evidence out there supporting Juice Plus done at independent universities. So that's really important from a professional perspective, and I have that backbone when I'm sharing that with my clients. And I actually just before I came on this call, I've been sharing with a client of mine for the last 3 months about her nutrition, and she was of the belief that she didn't need to have more fruit and vegetables. She thought that she was getting enough in her diet, just eating and trying to just create good habits with her salads and all that sort of stuff. But her results aren't really showing, and I believe it's probably because of the nutrition. She needs, I believe, in general, but for her in particular, I think her body's in a famine, and her body's gone into a little bit of a protection, in a way where it's storing fat and it's not releasing. I believe that this is where the antioxidants and the nutrition comes at the cellular level, helps the body to just kind of metabolize and bring back their homeostasis to their physiology. I really believe that. And it's food. You know, Juice Plus does that. It provides that food and it provides that homeostasis. It's a prebiotic, which helps with the digestion, and it's just food and really easy for your body to recognize and use. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that was helpful from what I've got to share.
Yes.
Yeah, Oriana, you know what I really loved about that was, and I just wanted to make a note on that, is you said it's how it's natural ingredient. I've been, as you know, I've been using Juice Plus for over 10 years and working with the company. And in that 10-year period, everything's natural. You see Alan's snakes are natural and everything's all natural. But what I love about Juice Plus is obviously it's natural because it's whole food. And I just want to reiterate, as Ruthie shared, we juice the entire produce. So the whole apple goes in, the whole broccoli goes in. So, you know, I don't think it's that natural extracting a particular thing from a particular piece of produce and then saying that that's natural in your product. That doesn't work for me. Maybe for someone that's okay, but I love that we're a whole food. We're just everything masticated. So yeah, I just want to make note on that. And I totally relate to the your children, your 3 children. As you know, I've got 2 boys, and unfortunately, we didn't, like Ruthie knows, we didn't get free Juice Plus for our boys because I was jamming Juice Plus into them as soon as I felt safe they could have a soft chew. In fact, I used to cut the soft chew in 4, and I couldn't tell you, they would have been maybe before 1 year old when they were having the gummies. I'm going to throw this one out there because this is, you know, we're a company of truth, and I like leading by being an honest person. But I wasn't a big fan of formula. I don't judge anybody that is. My wife breastfed. She used to express milk and put it in the freezer if she went out. And there were times when I had forgotten to thaw out that bottle. So the 1 o'clock came and I did not reach. Laura, my wife, had bought Carry Care or whatever that stuff is. Because I'd learned to read labels from Juice Plus, and I love how you show that, you know, the label, Ruthie, it's just food, you know. The formula didn't work for me. And I used to break the vanilla sachet into a bottle with hot water while I could hear the kids screaming. And I'd do that. The kettle boiled quick, and I'd stir it up, and I'd literally taste it and think, is that texture good, and is it the right temperature? And I used to have so much fun changing a shitty nappy while I saw my baby chugging on vanilla. And I chose vanilla purely because I never saw a chocolate formula. So I stole from them the chocolate flavour for when they could have. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just having a ramble. I do have a client that I spoke to today, and she's very interested in the children's health study for her 2 children and her husband. And what really stood out to me was she heard about it through a friend who's now started training with me, and she doesn't want to know anything about it. She just wants it. And I tried to tell her a little bit, but what hit me was, it's not for me to try and convince people that they need Juice Plus. We know that, you know, the science shows that people can benefit. But what I get paid to do is just share it as an option and let people make their own decision. And some people say no, some people want to think about it and say no or say yes later. Other people don't want to know anything, they just want to get on. And it made sense to me, it made sense to you, Oriana, and I've got plenty of people that I am so proud to say I've introduced Juice Plus to it, and they love being on it. So I want to shift gears now. Hopefully for you trainers that are watching this Zoom video, you understand what Juice Plus is, and of course, if you've got any questions, go back to the person that shared this Zoom with you and get those questions answered. I'm always available to talk to, as is Ruthie, Oriana, and Matt. But I'm going to shift gears now, and we're going to get we're going to put our professional hats on, our business hats on, and share the Juice Plus business. And by that I mean, we love personal training, and if you're a trainer watching this, I'm sure you do too. I was once asked, if you really love something, would you do it for free? And I can tell you with my hand on my heart, with a mortgage, with renovations underway, with 2 children, with the idea of having a trip to Sri Lanka in 2 years' time, with all the things we've got going on, I would not go out and train clients for nothing. Sounds rude, I know. I'm a frother of exercise, and I do train clients, actually. I have some people that I train for free and give freebies to. But we've got to earn money and we've got to look after ourselves. We've got to move forward. We've got to think about our future. We've got to look at where we're going, and we've got to go sort of, I think and ask ourselves, where are we going to be at the end of this personal training lifestyle? So I'm going to hand over to Matt Avellano. Matt is has become a very good friend of mine. I'm proud to say that, mate, although I know that you shake your head at me plenty of times. But, mate, it's a pleasure working with you. Matt's also on the Northern Beaches. He's a fantastic trainer. I know that because he and I have done, we've joined our horses and we do a group training session together, and I've seen him in action. So I'm going to hand over to you, Matt, to share with us not the ins and outs of the business, but more what attracted you to not just use our product, but more work with our company and start recommending Juice Plus, and even want to share that opportunity with other personal trainers. What was that thing that intrigued you and now has you excited about making Juice Plus a big part of your life from a business point?
Hey guys, thank you, Paulie. A little bit about myself. I'm a personal trainer, Northern Beaches, in Sydney. I've been taking the product now and with the business for just over 2.5 years. A little bit how I came about it. I was looking to improve my parents' nutrition. Mum had breast cancer and had a hip replacement, and I knew her nutrition side on that side of things was not very good, and I understood that the fruit and vegetables was needed for her to get a good recovery and to help her repair her body. So I went down a path of doing a few different things, and with the blender and the speed book, and that didn't really work out. But so when I was introduced to this, another personal trainer, Paulie actually, and it made sense to me, and I went, okay, if this is what he says and this has got the backup of what he's saying, I went, this is going to be perfect for my parents. So I took it myself, and it was fantastic. And I knew that once I started looking into this, I wasn't getting enough fruit and vegetables in my diet. So, and then I shared it with my parents. They loved it. They jumped on board, and they've been taking it now for just around 2 years. And Mum's had a great recovery, and she's doing little soft sand runs down at Narrabeen Beach, and she's got great ability. So it's really stoked for me to see that sort of thing. For a 73-year-old, it's absolutely brilliant. So I went down the path, of just sharing the product with family and friends. I didn't really at the start get right into or sharing it with everyone because as I said, I just wanted to get this for my parents, and that was kind of it. But then I started connecting with the Juice Plus company and jumping in to see what people do and how people have used this to grow, to grow their life and get an extra income. I've actually, I've been 18 for 6 years. It's just, doing it full time now for 1 year. It's actually this month, it's been a year. And when I lost that income, that second income coming in, it was a bit of an impact, definitely. There was under 2, it was great, and things were good, but now things are a little bit different. And now I never really, this is my first time I've had my own business. So I've never really understood about, as most personal trainers know and understand, if someone doesn't turn up, then you don't get paid. And, your classes dwindle, depends on school holidays and what's going on and where everyone else is at. And so for me to come into that and juggle that around, I've just, it was like, oh, okay. And I found it, a little bit stressful sometimes because, you've got things you've got to pay for and you've got to move forward in your life. So I started looking into helping, to try to look to help other, to help myself. I had to look into how I could help others to improve their life and improve their financial ways. So I just went, so I tapped into the company, because the company is a great company. They give you great support. Meeting these guys now, we've become good friends. We're doing these courses together because we all believe and have the same purpose on where we want to go and how we want to help others to achieve, where we want to go and what we want to do. So that has been fantastic. And one of the main things that's really happened for me was my personal growth that I've got out of this. Because, you sit down with people who really ask you some serious questions about where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you're going to do it. I did ask myself those questions a while ago, but I didn't know the answers because I didn't know what to do. But they show you ways, they give you information, they lead you to certain books. Everyone's there to support you and to help you, be a better person and become a better a better personal trainer, which has really helped me become a better personal trainer because I understand my clients better now. I ask better questions and I know where they're coming from. So for me now, like it's really given me a good good excitement in my life. And for me, Chantel, because on the Northern Beaches, it is a little bit expensive to stay here, and we're looking to buy a house, and they're not cheap, and we'd like to stay here. But looking forward into the future with seeing what people have done in this industry and with this company is amazing, and they've really exchanged their lives and thousands of other people's lives, and that really resonates with me. And I really just want to make that happen for me and for many others, so I can help people, fill in the gaps. Like for me, so when people are away, I still get paid. If I want to take holidays, I still get paid. So this company and this business gives me the vehicle to do this, and it makes me. I'm just getting really excited about doing this and moving forward. So that's the company is fantastic, as I said, and the people you meet are fantastic. So I'm really excited about the future and what I can do to help others. So great.
Awesome, Matt. Thanks for sharing, mate. As I tell you all the time, mate, it's been a pleasure meeting you and then working with you, mate. And we're just at the beginning, mate. Sorry to say, but we're at the beginning of the friendship, and that's what I love, mate. You really by sharing your passion around the business, I picked up on the culture, and that is caring about other people and wanting to serve other people is how we grow. And that's a beautiful thing, as opposed to the corporate world of going out and hunting down for yourself and leaving everyone behind you, or even worse, pushing people out of the way. I love that you really understand the culture behind our company and our business and what we do. Mate, I relate to it, the holiday things. I've been going to Seal Rocks for the last 5 years with my family, camping for 2 weeks over Christmas, and that really turns into a 3-week, nearly 4-week period where you're not really training clients. And I've got to say, not one of my clients was dumping money into my bank account while I was surfing out at Seal Rocks with my children. I wasn't getting paid because I wasn't fronting up, so it was that time, exchanging time for money. Whereas on the 10th of each month, I would go and find a spot at Seal Rocks where I could get reception, hold up my phone, log onto my banking, and the money was there. And what I love about it is it's always there. It's never not been there, and it's been totally reflective of my work ethic and what I put into going out and serving other people, either with our product or with our business opportunity. And it's really cool because I know a lot of people where in their career they go the extra mile and that's it. They just burn themselves out going the extra mile and there's nothing for it. Not even acknowledgement from the company. Whereas, we have amazing conferences. There's a lot of acknowledgement going on, but more so, money's a beautiful thing. And when you go the extra mile, you're rewarded for that from a financial point. I think that's a great place to be and a great company to be working for. I really related to that, that whole not working and while you're on holidays thing, and even when your clients are away or sick, I relate to that too. I've got clients that I have had for about 13 years, and these are the clients that go on, 1 month holidays once a year. You have 3 of those. That's you do your math on that, when they're training 3 times a week. So, look, I'm just going to share a little bit about my Juice Plus business story, if you like. Like you, Matt, I had no business brain on when it was showed to me. I was just purely thinking product and for my clients, and it was an amazing nutritional pathway in terms of an education for about the following 5 years. Still didn't have my business hat on, and then got caught up with life and with children. And when I say caught up, it's been awesome. Since my first boy was born, I just took all my clients off Monday and started having a day off for the first year of my first boy, and did the same thing for my second boy. I've always been able to pick them up from school. I coach almost all of their sports. I pulled away because I had a conversation with my eldest, and he didn't want to hurt my feelings, but he basically said, "Dad, maybe someone else could coach," and it wasn't my coaching. I hope he just wanted someone else, And I thought, wow, I'm in a position where my kid's saying, "Dad, I need less of you." because I you know, when you're not having to go out and work hard, it's really taking the pressure off. I'll be honest with you, taking the pressure off. You know, not having to, when a client leaves or a client's not there, you realise, you know, of all the clients you've got, you're going to lose 5 sessions or 3 sessions a week just on life. From them, not from you. You've got to have that income covered. And I've really seen, as you said, Matt, I've seen a lot of people in this company just rocketing through, and how they're doing that is they're building themselves a significant residual income, and they're doing that by serving other people. So it's been a slow journey for me, but I'm always product focused. I'm always sharing the product, but now I've realised, you know what, at 44, after 13 years as a PT, I do not want to wake up as a 65-year-old personal trainer going to train clients at 6 o'clock in the morning. And you know what, I'll be honest with you, I'm just saying, I'm confident that I'd have clients and I do that because I've had clients staying with me for 13 years, but it's not what I want to do. I want to be surfing with my children, or be taking them down the beach, or whatever's going on at 6 o'clock in the morning. I want to be doing it by choice, not by necessity, for income. And I've seen I've seen real life stories of people making very good money. You know, these are ordinary people making extraordinary income, purely by caring and having a vision and daring to dream for themselves and looking down their future. Because for you trainers, you know, what do? We have everyone else's back. We're watching our clients. We're helping support them with their health. As you know, almost every session becomes a counselling session where, Matt, like you say, we learn to become, through this company, we learn to become better listeners and better question askers, rather than tell. And I've seen an amazing difference in my relationships with my clients and people in my life, purely from that. And so it's a place I am now where I will always share the product, but I'm out there now looking for personal trainers to join arms, to lock arms with me, and dare to dream and dare to plan their future, and know that someone's got their back. You know, that they're not constantly looking after other people, but someone's got their back. And we have a lot of people in our company are mums, because what do mums do? They care. Nurses, what do they do? They care. You know, personal trainers, what do? We care. So if any of this resonates with you, if you're a caring person and you want to make a difference in people's lives, you know, I encourage you, as I said earlier, get back with the person that shared this Zoom video with you. Ask the questions you need to ask around the product. Ask the questions you need to ask around the business, and get those questions answered. And look, it may or may not be for you. I don't know, but definitely, if something's sort of spiking your interest right now, see it through. Get that certainty around your yes or your no. So I think what we'll do is I'll say thank you very much, Ruthie, Oriana, and Matt, and to anyone that's watching this video, thank you for taking the time to do that, and get back with the person that showed it to you. So all the best. And lastly, I think it's okay to make clients spew when you're training them, okay? Because it's not because, and I always find it funny, and I had it this morning with a client, and I said to her, that wasn't my intention, although I find it very funny. It's an acknowledgement of how hard you committed to seeing the session through. Your body said no, and that's okay. It'll come back next week and we'll be all good. So farewell. Thank you.